Thank you. Good morning. It's an honor to be with you today. My name is Kelsi Ray, and on behalf of Turning Point USA Faith Department, it is an honor to stand with you to support Israel this morning. Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA are known for fighting on the front lines of cultural and political battles. The Faith Department is a little different, and actually we were born as a passion project after COVID-19. As you all know, when COVID-19 hit, we witnessed a complete unraveling in the American church. It wasn't just the government overreach that was the problem, because quite frankly, that probably shouldn't have surprised us. It was actually the church's response to government overreach that was so stunning. Pastors chose compliance over conviction, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everything that could be shaken was shaken. Somehow, in the midst of that, the gospel message became very fragile in our hands. Truth became negotiable, and pressure from within congregations and from without became too much. And all of a sudden, we saw pastors start to cave quietly and quickly into fear. Sermons softened, and pulpits were silent on issues that were crippling the church. That era in our spiritual history became a line in the sand, and in response, TPUSA Faith was created. We knew then, just like now, that if the church is not unapologetically leading with truth, that the culture will lead with lies, and they'll try to reframe the narrative in order to control the content of what we say. Friends, marriage was never a political issue. It's biblical. Protecting life is not political. It's biblical. And standing with Israel is not a political platform. It is a biblical mandate. But sadly, in my line of work, I see a lot of pastors that are afraid to be labeled as political. And meanwhile, woke ideology has crept into the verbiage and the theology of the church. And let's be clear, wokeism is not a political trend. It's actually not political either. It's spiritual. And if we want to be frank, it's actually paganism. Wokeism elevates man, creates division, breeds fear, and strips us of hope and dignity. It mimics the language of justice and mercy, but it offers neither. This is the crisis we're facing in the church, and not just in America. We see a culture trapped in fear and without hope, looking for answers to a church who doesn't have any. As hard as this is to admit, we didn't lose our voice, we actually surrendered it. But friends, through events like this here at the Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast, we have the chance to get our voice back. Now, more than ever, I'm asking you, pastors and leaders, nonprofits, this is your time. I'm not asking you to vote your values, because actually that's really easy to do. I'm asking you to preach your values loudly in the public square. When the world comes pounding at your church doors, asking about the hope that lies within you, I need to know that you can give them an answer. And most importantly, we need to know that your congregation can also give an answer. Because it's not just enough if the pastor knows the Bible, if the pastor supports Israel. We need to raise up a generation of believers who can articulate and explain their faith in a winsome way to draw in the lost and to offer hope to a culture that is drowning. At TPUSA Faith, we want to see American pastors take the posture of Daniel, those who will speak boldly to kings, who gain favor in the public square because of their unwavering faith, and who humbly turn their face toward the God of Israel in prayer. At the end of the day, history will not remember churches who remained silent, but heaven will remember those churches who stood. And so, thank you. We stand with Israel.